Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. EU's decision on Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard arrived a week early. So now, what did EU competition authorities say? EU competition authorities say that the deal can be approved, with specific remedies regarding cloud gaming, all of which Microsoft has already committed to, so EU has approved Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. However, I made a video earlier last month. CMA, which is the competition authority in the United Kingdom, blocked the acquisition. So what does that mean and what's going to happen now? Most of the things that I know about the progress so far comes from Foss-Patent's blog. By the way, Foss-Patent is a wonderful blog about intellectual property rights. I have followed that blog for more than 10 years by now. That's not paid advertisement, by the way. That's just I've just followed it. I'm even throw down a link down below in the description if you're really interested in IP and IP litigation. But anyway, this deal. The current status of the acquisition regarding competition authorities is that 37 countries have now approved it. That's almost 1 billion people living in those countries. It has been blocked in the United Kingdom, but Microsoft and Activision have both appealed. And then there's also litigation going on in the United States, where the competition authority is trying to sort of block it, but right now it looks like their case is not going to succeed. It's very unlikely that it's going to succeed, which means that only UK basically currently stands in the way. But CMA's decision in the UK has been appealed, and the appeal probably has a good chance of succeeding, because the real ground for CMA to block the deal was cloud gaming. They were saying that, hey, Microsoft is going to become a dominant player in cloud gaming. They have too much of a market share already. They will have too much of a market share in the future. This cannot be allowed. Cloud gaming is such a market that it's going to become a huge market. Well, cloud gaming, that has a lot of assumptions in it. Cloud gaming, okay, maybe it's going to be a huge market. But right now, it really isn't. It's an nascent market. It's nowhere close to being important right now, so CMA is trying to look deep into the future and also predict many things. However, there are many things that seem to be questionable in CMA's argument. For example, Microsoft has already agreed to contractual remedies to license cloud gaming to other cloud gaming competitors, and the competitors like Nvidia, which is one of the leading cloud gaming providers right now, actually support the deal. They want this deal to happen. They think that they're going to get more games into their portfolio by this deal than would happen otherwise. So they're all for it. And also CMA is claiming that Microsoft has a huge market share in cloud gaming, up to 70%, but that relies on counting everyone who has Game Pass as a cloud gaming customer. And yeah, in some other litigation that is going on against Microsoft, even the ones who are pursuing the litigation are claiming that Microsoft has 40% market share, and CMA say, hey, they have 70. Others don't even dare to try to use those numbers in court. So yeah, it looks like there are so many holes in CMA's decision to block the acquisition that appeals have a good chance to succeed. However, in some ways time is running out. The original merger agreement has July 18th as the deadline for the merger, and obviously the appeal might not be decided by that point. So the parties may need to agree to an extension, but both Activision and Microsoft seem to be extremely willing to complete the deal, so there should be no difficulties in extending. So even if the deal does not close by July 18th, I don't expect that to be a problem. So overall, it looks like we're back on track regarding the deal. Microsoft will likely be able to acquire Activision Blizzard. And what does that mean for games like Hearthstone? Well, for Hearthstone in particular, it's unlikely to have a major impact on the direction of the game. Also, the Hearthstone monetization model doesn't really mean that Hearthstone could easily become a Game Pass game. I mean, I guess it could, but how does it make money then? Because the money is from pack sales. So Hearthstone would be a bit difficult to integrate into some of Microsoft things anyway, so it should probably continue as it is. But there might of course be some effects, minor, perhaps in the short term, even major ones in the long term, because Microsoft monetization typically hasn't been quite as aggressive as Activision Blizzard's. And then the big thing that I do expect to happen would be that the working conditions of the Hearthstone team would improve a lot. Because I'm not a huge fan of how Activision Blizzard is managed. Activision Blizzard management typically is very greedy and very very unfriendly to both customers and to employees. I mean, the recent debacle about ending work from home at Activision Blizzard, I would need to make a video about that. I have been following that closely. I fell a little bit for the PR that they did in February about it not being a big deal, but it actually is quite a big deal. Anyway, the company management is pretty terrible. On the other hand, I know a bunch of people who are working at Activision Blizzard, and the people who are actually making these games are incredibly passionate, and they really want to build the best possible games. So I have no qualms about like the passion and the dedication of the teams at Activision Blizzard, of the employees at Activision Blizzard. I think they are trying to do a great job. And I think the acquisition would allow them to do an even better job than they can do right now by removing structural obstacles from their way. So I really hope the deal will go through. And even if Hearthstone is not impacted in a major way, to the outside, I believe it could still give a lot better working conditions for the team inside. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.